It is my opportunity to discuss AgriTech analytics, or typically referred to as ATA. As you may or may not know, ATA is a dairy records processing center that is owned by your Holstein Association. AgriTech Analytics is the second largest dairy records processing center in the U.S. This is based on the number of cows enrolled. There are a total of 4 processing centers in the U.S. currently. Most of you would know a dairy records processing center as the data computing and reports portion of the DHI system. The other parts of the system include the lab and the field is typically exemplified by the field technician or the tester. ATA is located in Visalia, California, in Tulare County, the heart of the California dairy industry. Tulare County, if it were a state, the cow population would rank it about 5th in the cow population, or 5th in the number of, 5th in cow population. ATA was acquired by the Holstein Association in 2004. At the end of this year, we'll be experiencing our 10th anniversary. It was originally founded in 1972 by a local milk marketing cooperative, so you can see the organization has been around for quite some time. In addition to computing data and providing reports and files for producers, ATA transmits data to the Council on Dairy Cattle Breeding / USDA for genetic evaluations, provides data to breed associations for DHIR and pedigree purposes, provides herd inventory reports for the Holstein Association SET program. We generate reports on a monthly and annual basis for DHI field service providers, and provides data for daughter searches for AI organizations. Currently, we are processing records for herds in 25 states. That is up from 15 2 years ago, and the growth there has been the introduction of the Dairy Rhythms program and the additional support of the Holstein Association field representatives. However, we're still rather Western-centric in that 70% of the cow records come from California. Current enrollment at ATA is 870,000 animals in 600 herds. This includes herds ranging from 3 animals on the low side to as many as 33,000 on the high side. All breeds of dairy cows and dairy goats are enrolled in the ATA processing system. Through ATA, your association has started a business relationship with over 500 new herds through records processing. Today, the Holstein Association does additional business services with 41% of those herds enrolled. ATA features a complete lineup of reports for both smaller and larger herds. Complete list of those reports can be found on our website at www.agritech.com. All reports are available in PDF formats, and some of the more popular reports include our herd comparison report, which is a benchmarking report. We look at your herd data, daily production, herd averages, somatic cell counts, reproductive data, and compare that data to herds of similar size, same breed, your county association, and your state. An additional improvement that we recently put to this program was the option to compare yourself not only to the average of those herd sizes and herd categories, but also to the percentile groups so that you can compare your information, for instance, to the top 50% or 25% in those categories. Another popular report we have is lactation persistency. And in this report, we follow groups of animals through the lactation process. We break this out by lactation groups, for instance. And then with each test day, we're looking at the herd production, and if they are exceeding or coming up short of a threshold level of 5% plus or minus what we would expect them to produce. Another report for a herd listing we have is the production report. With this report, we report test day production, lactation to date, herd identification and sire ID, reproductive and herd mate deviations. Another report we have is the cow page, and this is just one of several cow page options. In this case, the cow page starts at the top with the cow information, her sire and dam, along with key genetic evaluation information. All of our test day data is listed, as well as lifetime records in all previous lactations. Another real favorite that we have is our pocket report. And that report comes in a little check-sized booklet such as this. You can see we've got on the screen here, we have a single line option. We also have a 2-line option, including sire and service sire, or LTD milk and LTD fat. This is also available as a PDF to load into smartphones. This has been a very, very popular report. So what makes ATA unique, and why would producers want to have their records processed at AgriTech? Well, I think one of the real advantages that ATA has is that we're the only dairy records processing center that utilizes best prediction lactation calculations. It's the way of calculating the records. Best prediction was developed by USDA and is used for genetic evaluations. Best prediction's real strength is estimating test days where you have some sort of an irregular schedule, such as quarterly testing, estimating cows that are sick during their peak of their lactation, etc. ATA has very modern software. ATA's backbone is the Oracle database, a very high-end relational database. We have field representation out of the Visalia office, as well as the Holstein Association regional representatives that are located throughout the country. ATA provides a service sire fertility summary. This is provided at no cost to our clients. It is the only fertility summary based on confirmed pregnancies. There's also the expertise of both the ATA and HAUSA staff. Holstein Association staff is readily available. We work very well with each other. We're in regular communication. And this staff is, not only has a lot of expertise, but is also a veteran staff. So how can you use ATA services? Well, the first step would be to contact your local service provider, your local DHI service provider, and request a transfer form. Okay? The data is transferred from your existing provider to ATA using a standard transfer file. This standard transfer file, or STF as we know it, and contains all the production, reproduction, and identification information. And the transfer of this information from one processing center to another is relatively routine. If you buy a cow, for instance, from a herd that's being processed by a different center than what you use, we would request an STF, or they would request an STF for us. So that goes on a regular basis. It's a regular basis. It happens all the time. So after the transfer is complete, test day data can be sent to ATA instead of the current provider. And I'd like to emphasize that the choice of processing center is one of the producer's DHIA rights. You do have a choice of service provider out there as a DHIA member. Herds that process with ATA and are enrolled in Holstein Complete earn a 2-cent per cow per test credit to their Holstein account. Producers can also fully utilize the benefits of Dairy Rhythms herd management software when processing with ATA. And I think the final point that's pretty important for members of the member organization is that by using ATA services, you support your organization. Thank you.